Welcome back to the channel. Yes, it's July and I am wearing a beanie. You do not want to see this lockdown here. So, today's video, we are going to talk about what products you need to carry out a maintenance wash on your car. I'm going to look at the products that I use, why I use them, and we're going to talk about how to start building up your own home detailing kit. Okay, so first up, we're going to talk about the hardware. I currently use a Karcher K2 with a quick release stubby lance. This lance isn't essential, you can use the standard lance. I just prefer it, it's easier to get in about the wheel arches and stuff like that, and I like the quick release action that it's got. I also use a Monster Sign snow foam lance. Again, this has got the quick release attachment on it. It does actually come with a Karcher attachment on it, but I've changed it to the quick release to match my gun. You don't necessarily need to get that kind of snow foam lance. When I started out, I was using the standard Karcher lance. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this. Don't get me wrong, it's not great, but it's not terrible either, it'll work. I started having issues with it failing, which is why I eventually upgraded to the Monster Shine lance. Okay, so I'm now going to briefly talk about the products that I use. Currently at the moment, I'm using Infinity Wax products. I'm a big fan of supporting local brands. So Infinity Wax, they're a Scottish company. I'm Scottish, so at the moment, this is who I'm using. I've yet to find an underperforming product. A great thing about these products is that they're very dilutable. Generally, a 10:1 ratio will normally be enough, and that means that you'll get, out of a 500 ml bottle, you'll get about 5 litres worth of product, which for any weekend warrior or enthusiast, that's more than enough to do multiple washes on any car. You know, that'll last you a good few months. Right, so what I want to talk about next is I'm going to go through the process that I use when I'm cleaning a car. So first thing I do when I'm cleaning a car, after I give it a quick rinse down, I tackle the wheels first. So Infinity Wax do a product which is called Incinerate Wheel Cleaner. This is it here. Incinerate Wheel Cleaner. In terms of my car, I don't need to use a fallout remover every time I wash my car on the wheels. I keep my car clean, a lot cleaner than a normal person would keep their car. So the wheels normally come up shining just by using this Incinerate product. Again, this is dilutable, 10:1. If you dilute this at 10:1, you will get a full bottle out of this from, as you can see there, I've only used that much product there in this bottle. So from that one bottle, you will get multiple cleans out of that one bottle, and that's going to do me months. Like I will not run out of wheel cleaner for a long time. It really does go a long way. Right, so we've cleaned our wheels. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at pre-wash in the wash stage. I use two different forms of pre-wash. I use a citrus pre-wash, and then I use a snow foam on top of it. All the products in this video are going to be by Infinity Wax. That's just the full range that I'm using at the moment. The citrus pre-wash is phenomenal. If you want to see the cleaning power, look at my previous video. It is unreal. So what I like to do is I like to put down a layer of citrus pre-wash all around the car, let it dwell for a few minutes, and then give it a layer of snow foam on top of that. I'm using the new Infinity Wax snow foam. It's called Power Foam. It's crazy thick if you've got the right snow foam lance for it. Really, really good cleaning power, really long dwell time. So you can't really go wrong with that. That one there, it's 30 quid for 5 litres. Once they bring out the 500 ml bottle, I don't know what the pricing point is going to be, but again, you use so little of it, it's extremely dilutable. They recommend that 25:1 ratio is what you need. So 100 ml at 25:1 is absolutely peanuts of product. Following on from the snow foam, give the car a rinse down, get everything off it, then go on to our 2-bucket method. So you want to get yourself a couple of wash buckets to use this. One for the rinse, one for the wash. Again, Infinity Wax. You do not need a lot of this, it's pure shampoo. Very good lubricity, lots of suds, can't go wrong with it. Like I said before, I'm yet to find a bad product from Infinity Wax. Their stuff is really good. Once I'm finished with the wash phase, I'll then go into the sealant phase. At the moment, I don't have much time on my hands. We've just had our second baby, so time for washing the car is at a premium. So at the moment, I'm using Express Sealant. This stuff is class. All you do, you mix it up, diluted, in a snow foam lance, all over the car. It's a great drying aid because what it does, it gives the car some hydrophobic properties. So the water that you're spraying onto the car with the sealant in it ends up beading and naturally running off. It's then really easy just to grab your drying towel, nice and thick microfiber drying towel, and just place it on, wipe it off. You can't really go wrong with that. It's not a long-term sealant, it's not a long-term protection, but what it does give you is that if you're washing your car every couple of weeks and you just keep on topping it up with that stuff until you get the time where you can lay down a good wax, or if you want to go and get your car ceramic coated, whatever process you want to do to protect your paintwork. Now, once you're finished with the exterior of your car, you want to move on to the interior. Sometimes you might want to do it the other way around. You might want to do interior first, then exterior. Personal preference, I do the exterior, then I do the interior. What you're going to need for this is you're going to need either an all-purpose cleaner, which looks something like this. APX, Infinity Wax APX all-purpose cleaner. Good product again, very dilutable. I don't know how many times I'm going to say dilutable in this video, but maybe do a wee count at the end. But yeah, again, 10 to 1, and you get another full spray bottle, full. So yeah, this is going to last more than one wash. So you're going to get another, this is going to, again, all of this stuff is going to last for months if you're just washing 1 or 2 cars. Another product that Infinity Wax do is called Fresh Interior. This is an antibacterial interior cleaner. Again, dilutable. Dilute this at 5 to 1 ratio for a full bottle. And again, it's going to last you months. It's going to last an awful long time if you're just cleaning your car every couple of weeks. Then once you've done that, you want to finish off with a glass cleaner. Infinity Wax glass cleaner again. Like I'm not getting paid for this, and this is just happens to be the products that I'm using at the moment. Once I'm finished with Infinity Wax, my plan is to move on to the AM Details products, which I've already got lined up. So I'm going to go through them again. I'm going to look at them. I'll compare. I get another Scottish company. I'm going to see which one I like and eventually kind of nail one down. But there's quite a lot of companies out there that I want to go through their products and I want to see which ones work best for me. This glass cleaner is really good. It's also really good for your shower and your windows in the house. My wife loves this stuff. So now that you've cleaned your car inside and out, we've not actually spoke about what you're going to clean your car with. You want to get yourself a microfiber wash mitt. You want to get yourself a microfiber wash mitt. Good products, you'll get it from any kind of car detailing online store. You want to get yourself some microfiber towels. I got these ones, big pack from AM Details. Not used them yet, but I had a wee open, feel like decent quality. We'll see come the next wash. Get yourself a drying towel as well. They're vital. And then if your budget allows for it, you can get yourself some detailing brushes. These are good for doing your wheels, getting in about all the wee nooks and crannies that you can't get to with a with a normal microfiber mitt. They're really good for getting into the vents inside the car as well, you know, getting all the dust out while you're hoovering up. Can't go wrong with a set of these. Get them on Amazon, cheap as chips. But you buy cheap, you buy twice, so maybe look at getting a bit more expensive ones from a detailing store. They're cheap ones. And then last but not least, pick yourself up a dedicated brush for cleaning the actual tyres of your car. I got this one off of, I actually got this one off Infinity Wax website as well. So just a brush, costs a couple of quid, does a really good job. So now that we've went through everything that you'll need to be able to wash your car to a decent standard, out with going to get it valeted by somebody. You'll be able to do this on your driveway, on your own, spend a few hours just enjoying yourself washing your car. Well, I do anyway. So what we want to talk about next is the actual price. How much does this all cost? I'm not going to include the cost of a pressure washer because that just bumps it right up, and a lot of people have got a pressure washer. If you've not, it's not a big deal. You just kind of miss out on the snow foam stages, and then you use your normal hose to rinse on and off. As long as you've got a citrus pre-wash. Do you need snow foam? Some people say yes, some people say you don't. So it's personal preference. I use both. So let's talk cost. How much is this going to set you back? So I'm going to base it on Infinity Wax products because, like I've said multiple times throughout this video, that's what I'm using just now. So you go to their website, they've got a special offer on at the moment. You can get your shampoo, your glass cleaner, etc, etc. I think there's 6 products in it. It'll cost you 40 quid. This will include your wheel cleaner and a sealant. I'll leave the link in the description for anybody that wants to go and check that out. Detailing brushes, Amazon. Again, like other websites, you know, you'll get them on like cleanyourride.com, stuff like that. All those kind of shops, you'll get all the products that you need for cleaning. Costco for your microfiber cloths. I would go online, I would get decent drying towel. I'd get a decent, one thing I'd make sure you get decent, you spend the money on is a drying towel and a wash mitt, because you don't want to be putting any extra swirls with a poor quality wash mitt. And then the drying towel is just going to be so helpful when you've finished your car, you want to get it dried off. All in all, you can go and do things cheaply. For example, I bought this cheap drying towel that cost 8 quid. It's crap. So I then went and spent the money on a decent drying towel. It's like they say, like I said before, buy cheap, buy twice. So be cheap, but be cheap within reason, and just try and set yourself a budget and try and keep within that budget. If you do that, you'll be able to come back home, you'll be able to go out, you'll be able to spend a bit of time washing your car and enjoying yourself. And then build up your kit over the months. You know, so the following month, buy a fallout remover. If you want to do a decontamination on your car, buy a fallout remover, buy a tar and glue remover. I think, to be honest, we'll bring the video to a close there, guys. There's not much more that you actually need to talk about. If you want to get yourself into detailing, if you want to know how to wash a car, if you look at one of my previous videos, I've done a maintenance wash on our X1. If you want to check that out, that shows the stages of the wash that I normally go through. If you liked this video, leave it a thumbs up. If you really like this video, think about subscribing to the channel, because there's going to be a lot more content like this. Thank you for watching, and again, please like and subscribe for more content.